I think there's a big gap right now in between actively communicative and passively communicative. And what I mean by that is, just on a GT car, there are 250 inputs that I can see from a data perspective, from a steering angle to brake pressure to you name it. The problem is that it always comes after my session. And to be able to use that data becomes passive. I now get to see what I did and respond to what my last lap was and where I took my turn and what my brake pressure was, what my tires were at, is incredibly helpful. And so things like these screens make that data available to us. VR makes it available to us. That's missing right now in the motorsport world.
We had this conversation about, experiences that are novelty versus necessity. I think one of the main issues in the XR industry is how technology is not really getting there fast enough. We talked about Euphoria versus, web, browser-based AR. I wasn't able to sell any experience to any of my corporate clients because they had to download an app before even 8-Wall existed. So that being said, experiences like this that actually does help with data versus the bottom corner experience that you're looking at is the new Mini experience where you just drive your car in a digital world. I mean, the differences between, I think, these experiences are really whether it's needed or whether it's luxury.
This was the video, the top right here. This is the one I was most interested in. We talk about gamification of whatever it might be, learning, teaching someone. I mean, that to me is someone that's grown up driving around on a virtual racing line. That would shortcut someone's learning time on track exponentially in terms of what they could do, because, as you say, they're getting real-time feedback on where they should be rather than someone like this guy shouting in your ear. One of the things that we always talked about in terms of simulators was driver training, especially in countries where there isn't the infrastructure to do that. There's not even a driving test, is to try and improve the driver skills via simulation before people are allowed out on the roads. And I think some of the technology that's coming down the line for when you're sat in your car but is on the windscreen is complete game-changing in that respect, from a performance point of view for motorsport, but also a safety point of view for on the road. So I think that for our industry is transformative. We will learn as an industry from what happens in motorsport, and that will get trickled down into the automotive industry.
What is very interesting, I think, is that the connection that comes from the gaming world, because that's what you experience when you play a racing game. You have all that data in real life on the game, and now again we are taking the digital experience and then potentially started to apply on a windshield of a car. This past weekend, there were the 24-hour Le Mans. You could race the 24-hour Le Mans digitally. So people can go there on site and compete in the digital world while the event was happening in real life.